com, and it has a lot of names on here. Now, picking up where I last left off, since this is going to be a second file, I didn't mean for it to be this long. Picking up on this second file here, we got this name of family members, and you're going to see on this list here, you have a lot of family names. Okay. Now, when you actually click on the link that this goes to, it takes you to this person here. Now, which is interesting because we have what? An Exlar and Goen of Sura, right? Now, two things on that. Number one, we're talking about an Exlar. Number two, this word here, we're going to have to dig on because my research has had me run into this word a few times, and I think there's a lot of reasons for it, but I think it goes back into the whole dragon business. But if you notice, this guy's birth date is 628. His birthplace is in Babylon, Iraq. He is a Babylonian exilarch, right? Which is interesting. Now, when you scroll down, okay, let's go down here. Now, check this out. Because we're looking to see if this Anan ben David is Moses, right? We're trying to find the 9. Now, according to this here, the descendants of Hanai, appear to occupy the same Gaonet of Sura for several generations and may also be the ancestors of the Maharai of Prague. Prince Hanai's father, Bustani, looks like it died in about 660 to 665, somewhere in there. They don't give me BC or DC, so I can only assume 80. Was the first Jewish exilarch to be recognized by Arab rule. His father's birth and much of his life is surrounded by legend, just like Prester John. But everything dealing with Prester John is a legend, no matter if you're talking about the patriarch, the bloodline, or the people. And if you notice what we're saying when you say this, you're talking about a seed, a tree, and then you're talking about the tribes, which are the fruit. Okay, and it doesn't matter which variation of Prester John you're talking to, all of them are one and the same. So if you're talking about a Prester John in the form of the seed, is no different than talking about Prester John. The tree is no different than talking about Prester John, the fruit. Any case, let's see here. Now, he was the first Jewish exilarch to be recognized by Arab rule. His father's birth and much of his life is surrounded by legend. His father's second wife was his daughter, King Shah Rajar, the third of Persia. King Shahrazar's mother was who? Look at this. Miriam, daughter of the Byzantine Emperor Maurice, where we get the term Moors, right? It's all starting to come together. The Baha'i religious leader, Baha Ullah, almost like hallelujah, but Baha'u'llah, something like that. Ancestry can be traced back to the Hanai's father, and I can't pronounce these other guys' names. Now, which is really kind of trippy because when you dig on it, I didn't know what this was, but apparently this Baha'u'llah is what they call a an Abrahamic religion, meaning that just like you have Christianity, Judaism, and Islam being branches of Abrahamic religions, you have this here too. And I started digging on that, which is actually kind of interesting because it's, again, once you understand that you're talking about these same stories told over and over and over again, it gets to be a bit much. Now, then you have the genealogy, heir to the throne of David, showing his lineage. The exilarch, Davidic monarch, the son of King David, right? So you got this branch going off, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So because I was actually looking for an image for this Anand bin David, and it kept leading me back to here. I went ahead and typed in Black Moses, because sometimes when you do Google searches, you have to kind of play these code word games to kind of find what you're looking for. And so I'm like, okay, we're going through these Black Moseses, right? And what I did was I actually clicked on this one, right? Saint Moses the Black, right? Comes from Catholic Online, right? Have you ever heard of Saint Moses the Black? Neither have I. So I started digging on it, right? But yeah, sure enough, there is this guy called Saint Moses the Black. Moses the Black, right? And he was an ascetic monk and priest in Egypt in the 4th century, a notable desert father, right? Look when he was born, 330 AD in Egypt, right? Everybody got the, and everybody, no one disagrees that, Moses was in Egypt. So, I looked up this Moses the Black. And again, when I put together the timeline, look, born in 1330, right? This Anand bin David is floating up around this time period, around this same time period here, when I put back his timeline to being about around this 129. So as I'm trying to fit and figure out, because there's a lot going on with this, if you've been trying to figure out the first 700 years, you're going to come across Saint George, but then you also going to come across Saint Michael also, which kind of throws things off. But again, a lot of things get blurry. But again, we're talking about this 300-year time period that Anatoly Fomenko points out. And this guy's born in 1330. Saint Moses the Black, known as Abba Moses the Robber, the Abyssinian, the Ethiopian, and the Strong, was an ascetic monk and priest in Egypt in the 4th century AD and notable desert father. I mean, the same story is being replayed over and over again, right? Early life, Moses was a black servant of the governmental official in Egypt who dismissed him for theft and suspected murder. A large and imposing figure, he became leader of a gang of bandits who roamed the Nile Valley spreading terror and violence. So now you have a different perspective, as it were, when it comes down to Moses. But even still, venerated as a saint, right? Venerated as a saint. So now that I'm starting to understand certain perspectives, right? And it gets back into this whole dragon thing, this whole dragon business, the dragon of Prester John, as it were, and it goes back to this guy being the nines. And since I'm already pushing about an hour and we're on 2 files already, I'm going to back off and we'll pick it up next time. But I want to just remind you that the flower of life, this 4th dimension, this pattern, it's in everything. It's in your information. It's sacred geometry. It's fractals. It's a dragon. And the dragon that is this flower, there it is. Flower of life, platonic solids. See that? This dragon, this flower of life is a dragon. That flower of life, that dragon, is Prester John. He's expressed in so many different ways. And this is why he's so hard to find. And he's so hard to see. But everything that you've learned in your life, in history, in time, everything relates back to this here, this flower of life, the 9 that is Prester John the Dragon. And just for a quick dismount, this is the Italian page I was telling you about for the Italian Pretty Gianni. And we got this picture here that I thought was real cool. Now here, before I let you guys go, on this page, now we're starting to see some Templar drop, actually. Check this out. Right? And looking up Prester John, now we get some Templar drop, right? Look at these knights. See that? Templar. That's supposed to be your Prester John, right? What is the knight? What is where's the other one? Here's another one. Now we're getting into the Templars, but they're not breaking this down to you on the American side. This is on the Italian Google. Where is it? Here it is, which I thought was really awesome. Now this here is so cool to me. I'm gonna put this up in a bigger screen here. Open image. I don't want that. Can I get it? Will it open up on me? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Close out some of these pages. Come on, man, I really want it. Don't want to open up for me. Did I save it? Let me see if I can download it, because I think this is a real. Open image in new tab. Yeah, let's open image in new tab. There we go. Ain't that cool? Now, I'm not certain when this was actually made or not. Y'all check that out, right? Prester John, man. And real spiel. It isn't too far off. Is it? It's not too far off. Y'all see that? Again, I've never seen this image before. I had to find it on the Italian site. So, you dig on it. Much love, much aha. Be blessed, stay blessed, bless others. I hope y'all really enjoyed this first edition of Templar Up, this very first episode. This will be an exclusive, only on Drop Nation, 432thedrop.com. Suit up, choose up, and boot up, y'all. And keep digging on it. The Dragon, Prester John, Flower of Life. Peace.